The human mind is endlessly restless, always reaching for something solid to stand on. We build walls of plans, savings, beliefs, and promises, all to convince ourselves that we are safe. Yet no matter how high we build, uncertainty seeps through the cracks. The truth is that there is no lasting ground beneath us. Everything we cling to, our youth, our loved ones, our identities, even our very breath, is in constant motion. Life refuses to be pinned down, and in trying to make it secure, we only deepen our suffering. The pursuit of security becomes a trap, a cycle of endless preparation for a future that never truly arrives. We confuse comfort with safety and routine with control, forgetting that even the most stable structures eventually shift. The universe is alive with change, and its nature is impermanence. True wisdom does not resist this, but sees the illusion for what it is. When we stop chasing the mirage of security, a quiet freedom appears. It is not the safety of walls, but the calm of acceptance. A peace that arises when we realize that nothing can be truly held, and that this very uncertainty is what makes life alive. The present moment is the only place where life actually happens. Yet most people spend their days lost in thought, worrying about what might come or regretting what has already gone. The mind is constantly reaching forward or backward, rarely resting in the stillness of now. But the past is only a memory, and the future is merely imagination. What exists? What breathes? What feels? The taste of air, the sound of wind, the beating of the heart, unfolds only in this instant. To live fully means to awaken to that truth. When attention returns to the present, even ordinary things reveal their depth. The light through a window, the warmth of tea, the rhythm of footsteps. This awareness brings a quiet joy that does not depend on outcomes. It is not a matter of neglecting the future, but of realizing that the future is born from the quality of our attention right now. The more we anchor ourselves in this living moment, the less fear holds power. The present is not a fragment between what was and what will be. It is the whole of life appearing again and again, waiting only to be noticed. Insecurity is not a flaw to be fixed, but a sign that we are alive and awake to life's movement. The very ground we walk on is always shifting, and to sense that uncertainty is to be in tune with reality. Yet most people treat insecurity as an enemy, rushing to cover it with plans, possessions, or beliefs that promise stability. But these coverings are fragile, and the moment they falter, fear returns stronger than before. When we pause and simply observe insecurity without resistance, it begins to reveal its true nature. It is not chaos, it is vitality. It is the pulse of existence reminding us that nothing is meant to stand still. To be alive means to change, to grow, to risk, and to love without guarantees. Insecurity keeps the heart soft and the mind open, inviting humility and curiosity instead of rigid certainty. The more we accept this, the more courage naturally arises. Not the courage to conquer fear, but to coexist with it peacefully. When insecurity is no longer a problem, it transforms into a gentle teacher, whispering that life's beauty lies not in what can be controlled, but in what can only be experienced. The desire to control life comes from fear, the fear of loss, of change, of being swept away by forces beyond our understanding. We create plans, expectations, and rules to keep things predictable, believing that control will bring peace. Yet control is a fragile illusion. The more we try to hold on, the more we notice life slipping through our grasp like sand. The river cannot be grasped without disturbing its flow, and the same is true of existence itself. Real peace begins the moment we stop fighting the current and allow it to carry us. Letting go does not mean giving up. It means trusting the movement of life, knowing that everything has its rhythm and timing. Sometimes it is gentle, sometimes it is fierce, but it is always alive. When we loosen our grip, we discover a deeper harmony guiding all things. We begin to act from intuition rather than fear, responding to life instead of resisting it. In that surrender, there is freedom, freedom to move with life rather than against it, to breathe without tension, and to live with the quiet confidence that the universe flows perfectly. Even when we do not understand it, peace is not born from the absence of uncertainty, but from the acceptance of it. The mind, in its constant search for safety, imagines that peace will come when everything is finally under control, when no surprises remain. Yet the very act of seeking that certainty creates unrest. True peace does not depend on perfect circumstances. It blossoms when we stop demanding that life be different from what it is. Acceptance is not resignation. It is an awakening to the simple truth that the present moment is already complete. When we no longer struggle against what we cannot change, we find a stillness that is not fragile because it doesn't rely on conditions. This stillness is not cold or distant. It is alive spacious, and open to all that arises. From this openness, compassion and clarity grow naturally. We begin to see that uncertainty itself has beauty, that every ending carries the seed of a new beginning. The peace found through acceptance is not something to attain, but something to notice. It was always here, quietly waiting beneath the noise of our resistance, ready to be felt the moment we stop trying to make life secure.